After a hugely successful event, the flame of China's 15th National Games was extinguished in Shenzhen on Friday night. But for many people, this was far more than just an athletic event. It was actually a symbol of national unity because it was unprecedented in modern Chinese history. Wherever you are, welcome to another of my takes on China, and it would be remiss of me, despite not being a big fan of organized sports, not to make a video about the recent games. The event, which officially opened on November the 9th, revolved into a festival of sport, culture, tourism, and regional integration. It was the first cross-boundary edition of China's premier multi-sport event, jointly staged by Guangdong, Hong Kong, and Macau. The Happy Theatre in Shenzhen's Bao'an district hosted a closing ceremony on a shimmering water stage that blended technology with Lingnan motifs and cultural elements of the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area. It was pretty amazing. Wang Hunin, who is the chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, the CPPCC, and my favorite Chinese politician, declared the games closed. The quadrennial event every fourth year passed the baton to the Hunan province for 2029, and that will be another first because it's the first time it will be held in central China. This year's program had 419 gold medal events for elite athletes and for the amateurs as well. Although it's the first time in history at any national or international games that I'm aware of, there's no medal table being published. This, according to Xinhua, was part of the game's shift away from medal obsession. No doubt competitors from each of the SARs, the provinces, the municipalities, and the autonomous regions would have been well aware of how well their home was doing because the competition's intensity remained unmistakable, reflected in roaring crowds and emotional embraces on and off the field. My local hero, an Asian sprinter and 100-meter record holder, Xu Bingtan, finally retired from competition to focus on training the next generation. So there was an emotional farewell in front of over 40,000 local supporters. A name to watch out for emerged in the next Asian World and Olympic competitions, and that was on the track. A 16-year-old Chen Yujie swept the women's 100 and 200-meter titles. Watch out for her. Mass participation became a defining feature with more than 11,000 amateur athletes, including school children, teachers, doctors, even farmers, aging between 8 and 81, all reaching the final stages of their own competitions. This national games with 25,000 athletes across many age groups transcending the local borders of Hong Kong and Macau is unique, not just in China, but globally, and it creates a great sense of unity. Even International Olympic Committee President Kirsty Coventry commented that China is a real powerhouse now in international sport. And for the Westerners who don't get information about China unless it's negative, let's look at some of the positives of this event. Commercial revenue reached 1.84 billion yuan, that's about 258.7 million US dollars, as of November the 16th. From November the 9th to the 15th, Guangzhou and Shenzhen welcomed 18.05 million visitors, that's 17.3% up from the previous week. Tourism spending was up as well, much in Shenzhen and some of it in Guangzhou. Sales of game-related merchandise looked likely to exceed 100 million US dollars, as 2 days before the event ended, they'd already hit 95 million. Not bad for an economy that several experts have predicted is collapsing. This is almost 100% organic within China. No international athletes, very few international visitors. As I mentioned before, this event marked the first time Hong Kong and Macau became co-hosts of a national multi-sport event since their return to China. This was a milestone in Greater Bay Area integration. Cross-boundary competitions, a men's road cycling event across the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, and a marathon linking Shenzhen and Hong Kong stood out. As Li Jing, an organizing committee official, said, these events showcase the connectivity and the core of the one country, two systems policy in action. And with all the negativity going on at the moment, this is really good news. And it's all good news that people aren't seeing. So that's why I thought it must be worth mentioning. The GBA, the Greater Bay Area, is leading China's economy, but China's economy is going great thanks to that. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.